Good afternoon. We're here with Mike Eldred of the Mike Eldred Trio. How are you doing today, Mike?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Let's talk about your music, about some of your CDs.
The first record we did was just kind of like Jerry Angel and John Baz and I were playing together, and we just had a lot of good times playing together. So, you know, Jerry suggested we put a record out. Jerry had a friend who had a studio, and we went in and we recorded, you know, a bunch of stuff and got it done. And then I sent it to a buddy of mine in New York, and then he said, you need to send it to this guy at Virgin France, because they're looking for bands, and I sent it to them, and then Virgin France signed us, and they put that record out.
And that's Jerry Angel and John Baz of the Blasters, correct?
Yeah, the Blasters, yeah.
Well, that's a great trio there. More recently, you did an Elvis tribute album, is that correct?
The next record we did was actually 61 and 49, and that was more of a blues type of a thing, and it was more focused. It was all original songs. And we had Scotty Moore on that one. Caesar Roses played on that one. And then after that, we did the Elvis Unleaded record.
I happen to own those CDs, and I love the Elvis album. I put it on, and I would like to say that you do. I think you do a great job of that. It's one of the best Elvis tribute kind of CDs that I've ever heard. So congratulations on that. That's a great album.
Yeah,
and I hear that you've recently recorded a new album at Sun Records.
Yeah, we went down in June. Yeah, it was June. I went down there in March with my daughter and kind of was just driving through the South, and we went down to Babtist Town, and I saw that area down there, and we already knew we were going to do something at Sun, and then I went back in June and we did a whole thing at Sun, and that's probably going to come out June or July or something like that.
I hear you have some pretty heavy-hitting guest artists on your new CD.
Yeah, we got Robert Craze playing on it, David Hidalgo's playing on it from Los Lobos, and then John Mayer's going to play on a track.
Wow, I can't wait to hear some of that. How was it recording at Sun? Was that something you had always wanted to do, or have you been there before?
I've been there. Scotty Moore is a good friend of mine, and so he had told me about it and everything, and I'd seen it, and I've done like a tour a long time ago and gone through it and all that business. But I knew when this whole record, the concept of Babtist Town, I knew when we were doing that I wanted to record it there because it's in Memphis, and just the vibe and the looseness of it, you know, we wanted to do it there. And when we went down there, it's interesting when you record at Sun, you can't play loud, and we're kind of a loud band, you know. So it was different for us from that standpoint. And then there's no isolation, there's no headphones, everything's live. We really like that. And once we got in there, it was just, you know, that room sounds amazing. So the drums on this record really, really sound great. John Baz played upright bass on a couple of things, and the guy at the studio, Matt Ross, I said, do you have somebody in town that has an upright bass? And he goes, well, just use the one that's on display. And so we actually used that on the record. So yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great. And what's the name of the new album going to be?
The name of the record's called Babtist Town, and it's named after a little neighborhood outside of Greenwood, Mississippi, where Robert Johnson was murdered. I went down there in March for the first time, and it's a real dangerous neighborhood. The dichotomy of, like, outside of that is Greenwood, and like Greenwood's all this, you know, high-end, you know, big ranch houses and all that stuff, and then you go over the railroad tracks, and it's just one of the most porous ghettos that you've ever seen, you know, and there's crime. And
my understanding is that Babtist Town is still how it was so many decades ago. It's just kind of left there to rot, but people still are struggling and living there and struggling to survive.
Yeah, I mean, since we went down there the first time, I went back just recently, and there's some guys there, a guy named Sylvester and a guy named Winky, that I kind of hooked up with, and I'm trying to do some stuff to help out the neighborhood a little bit, and hopefully when we release this record, that's a big part of what we're going to be doing on the record. We filmed everything at Sun, and we filmed a bunch down in Babtist Town. So the concept of the record is to have a record and a video movie kind of that goes along with it. So we're just trying to help out down there, you know. But the neighborhood's the same, basically, you know.
What's up next for the Mike Eldred Trio? You're going to be doing some shows, performing? You still out running around? What's up next?
Well, we're trying to finish the records, to get the record out June or July, I think. The concept right now is to get the record done and then, you know, start going out and promoting and all that stuff. But the real focus is getting the record done. That's the hardest part right now.
And where can we find more information on the Mike Eldred Trio?
We have our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Mike Eldred Trio, all one word. And then our website is MikeEldredTrio.com.
Thank you for your time, Mike. I appreciate that, and we wish you all the best with the new CD. Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
Babtist Town.
Babtist Town.
That's a great title. Thank you very much.
Thank you.